guys, I'm Elizabeth Newsom and welcome to my booktube channel. Today I'm going to tell you about a series I found of clean romantic fairy tale retellings. So a while ago I just really felt like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I started looking online for some, and I find this one Beauty and the Beast retelling that's in the middle of a series. And so I look at the description and it says it's a clean romance, so I wasn't totally sure about that. Like, I like clean romances, but some romances that are specifically clean or that are Christian romances aren't the best as far as quality is concerned, which is really sad, but it's true. But again, I like clean romances, so I decided that I'd download it because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and my family has that, so it didn't really cost anything aside from that monthly subscription. And I ended up really enjoying it. Like, I think it takes a particular talent to do fairy tale retellings, just because they've been done so many times that in order for them not to be boring or cliche, it has to be enough of a twist that it's different, but it still has to be recognizable in relation to the old classic tale. And then the romance was also very well done, and I ended up not only reading the Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I also read A Princess and the Pea retelling, and I read the Snow Queen retelling, and now I'm currently on the Snow White retelling. It's not quite all in order just because I started with that Beauty and the Beast one because I really felt like something with Beauty and the Beast. I completely adore that story. And this series is called Beyond the Four Kingdoms, and it's by Melanie Cllier. What do you think that is?
Cllier. Can you see it?
That one. Cellier?
Cellier. I don't know.
Well, it's by Melanie, and I'll put, her name is on the books. So, and I'll leave links down below so you guys can check them out. But I just really enjoyed it because a lot of times on Kindle Unlimited you get a lot of indie and self-published authors, which are great. I mean, I'm about to be an indie author, so obviously I'm not against them in any form or fashion. I have a lot of friends who do indie publishing very well, but with that said, there's not as much quality control with indie publishing as there is with traditional publishing. So I was just really happy to find a book that I liked on Kindle Unlimited that was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that also just had such a great romance. So to go into a bit about the story and why I liked it and what made it unique, there's this girl and she's part of a set of twins, and they have to go through some sort of tournament. And this tournament is heavily referenced to in the book, but I'm not sure it's actually in a novel. Again, I read the series out of order, so maybe it's covered more in depth later. So anyway, the person who wins this event or tournament, and all these, the competitors are all princesses. The princess who wins this is supposed to go and marry this cursed prince, which is of course the Beast. So this girl ends up winning it, although she kind of does so through trickery because she has a twin sister and they kind of have this telepathy thing going on between them. So she's taken to this enchanted castle, and the first thing that's different is that the servants aren't necessarily objects. Like, they kind of exist in another dimension. So because of her power with listening telepathically to her sister, she can kind of make out what they're saying, but they're completely invisible, and they can interact with inanimate objects around them, but they can't really touch her and she can't touch them. So that was a really interesting twist on what it was originally. And then we do have some classic scenes in there, like where she goes out and there are wolves attacking her and the Beast saves her, but there are a lot of new scenes. Like, I once read a Beauty and the Beast retelling, or started reading it, but it had so many of the scenes in it almost verbatim, like from the classic Disney movie, that it was just kind of like reading the movie instead of watching it. And as much as I love the movie, if I read a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I want a retelling, like something new and exciting, and I think this book did a really great job capturing that. And in addition, the author does sorry, my light just went out, and I don't think I'm going to change the batteries right now. Just gonna have to deal with it. Maybe I'll reposition this light. So the author takes things that you're expecting from the old fairy tale and kind of intentionally makes it different. Like with the mirror, for example, that shows you pretty much anyone. She goes and she looks through the beast's room for it, expecting to find a handheld mirror, and lo and behold, it's actually a wall-mounted mirror, which is why she initially misses it. Or right now I'm reading the Snow White retelling, and she goes into this little house and she sees all of these like miniature chairs and stuff, and these miniature beds, so she eats some and then she goes to sleep and she wakes up and it's actually children. And she's like, what? You're children? And they're like, well, what were you expecting? Dwarves? And she just has a lot of funny moments kind of like that where she puts a twist on what you're expecting. And then also she has a pretty humorous writing style. Just some lines are really amusing, and you could find them highlighted throughout the book on the Kindle version. So overall, I just wanted to kind of spotlight this series in this book because it's not often that I find both a clean romance and really well done fairy tale retelling. So I totally recommend checking it out. Again, it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I think Kindle Unlimited is about $10 a month, and it kind of works like a library where you can have 8 or 10 books and then swap them out with other books. So I've just really been doing that and obsessively reading all of her books, which is really great because I'm really enjoying it. Also really bad because it's sort of throwing off my Jane Austen reading plan. So far I've gone through Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and Mansfield Park, and I'm working through Emma, but this kind of put that on hold just because, again, I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, I'll leave those links down below so you guys can check that out. Well, there you guys have a really great fairy tale retelling series with clean romance. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe because I post 1 video a week. By the way, about that, sometimes I don't post 1 video a week, but 1 video a week is my goal. And I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not making that 1 video a week. Sometimes I just get to the end of the week and I usually post on Friday or Saturday, and I find that I haven't filmed anything yet, or there's no way I can get the editing done in time. So that just means I need to start working ahead of time. And now that I'm out of college, I don't really have a really big part-time job. I tutor for like 4 hours a week, and I did a painting job for a neighbor. But again, not really busy. I just need to be more disciplined about this. So my goal is to post once a week, Saturday night at 7 p.m. because I feel like that's late enough in the week that I should really be responsible enough and get that done. And also, I'd like for you guys to hold me responsible for that and make sure that I'm just consistently posting like I'm supposed to, because I'm gradually building up my subscriber base, which is really great. But if I want to have a legit YouTube channel, then I need to make sure that I'm hitting that 1 week deadline. And if I can't do once a week and it's every other week, that's fine. I just have to like find a schedule and a time and then stick to it no matter what. That's the goal. So for now, once a week, Saturday, 7 p.m. And this is going to be 7 p.m. Central Time, by the way. So you guys should totally be expecting 1 video a week. Usually it's about books or writing. And especially as my own release date starts getting closer, I'm going to talk more about my book and what I'm writing. But I'm going to wait for that because there are some things that are still underway that I'm getting ready. But I'm really excited because I should have a print book coming just to proof it, not an official print book that I'll be selling or anything. I have the cover done, I'm getting bookmarks done, and it's just so cool to see this all come together. But anyway, I'll detail more about that process and the things that are happening in a different video. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. In the comments, let me know about some of your favorite fairy tale retellings, especially Beauty and the Beast. Let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!